Let's look at refraction, which means bending. Here's a block of glass. Here's the air around it, and here's a normal line to the top surface, which means perpendicular. This purple ray comes in, it's an incident ray, at an angle of theta I, which is the angle of incidence. And it bends when it passes into the glass, and we call that the refracted ray. And the angle, we call the angle of refraction. Now, the speed of light in a vacuum or air is about 3 times 10 to the 8 meters per second. But when light bends, the speed changes. The amount of bend depends on the material. N equals C over V is the ratio, where N is the index of refraction, C is the speed of light in a vacuum, and V is the speed of light in the medium. We can use this relationship to determine the behavior of the light as it passes through a medium. And the index of refraction of the first material times the sine of the angle of incidence is equal to N2 sine theta 2, which is the index of refraction the light is going into, and theta 2 would be the angle of refraction. And this is called Snell's law. So let's try this. A ray enters the material with an index of refraction of 1.2. The ray is initially in the air and makes an angle of 30 degrees with the normal. What is the speed of light in the material? Using N equals C over V, we can substitute and find that the speed of light in the material is 2.5 times 10 to the 8 meters per second. Now, what is the angle of refraction? We'll use Snell's law. In this case, the index of refraction of the material the light is in is air, and the index of refraction of air is 1. Then the index of refraction of the material is 1.2. So we'll make those substitutions. The sine of 30 is 0.5, so 1 times 0.5 is 0.5, and then we'd have 1.2 times the sine of theta 2, that is our angle of refraction. So let's divide by 1.2 on both sides. That'll give us 0.4 is equal to sine theta 2. Now, if you recall from math, to isolate that theta 2 here, we need to take the inverse sine of both sides. This is also known as the arc sine. And so over here on the left side, we get 24.6 degrees, and the inverse sine of sine theta 2 is just theta 2, and so the angle of refraction is 24.6 degrees. So this tells me that the light bends towards the normal because it goes from 30 degrees, as given in the stem, to 24.6 degrees. So what would that look like? That looks like as the material is here, put a normal line through like this. We'll have our ray of light comes in and strikes the surface here, and this is our 30-degree angle. And then the light bends to make a 24.6 degree angle. So it bends here, and this angle is our 24.6 degree angle. And so as the light goes from a low index of refraction, so this N1 was just 1, to a high index of refraction, the ray bends towards the normal. So the higher this number here, the closer to the normal the ray will be. The closer to the normal the ray will be. If the two materials have a very similar index of refraction, if both of these were almost 1, then the ray would not bend very much because there's not much of a difference. In general, we can determine the bend by looking at the relative sizes of the index of refraction. So if N1 is less than N2, like the example we just did, then theta 2 will be less than theta 1. If the material the light is coming from has a higher index of refraction, then the bend angle will be greater than the incident angle.